Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Mercedes Bay. Welcome back, or nice to see you. Okay, well, I made a video before about the prenatal tea that I made. And actually I think I'm going to start calling it Every Man's Tea, because not only do I drink this tea, but I also give it to my children. And it's just pretty much an everyday tea. So the last video that I didn't put up, I went over the herbs that I put in the tea. And I said I was going to discuss some different companies that I got like tea from. That was pretty good. But yeah, so basically in the tea, it's alfalfa, which is very high in vitamin K. And if you're a mama that might have some issue with like bleeding, anemia, or like a low platelet count, which I found out I had like in my first and second pregnancy. So I always try to be sure to incorporate iron rich or foods high in vitamin K. I had a midwife recommend papaya leaf extract to me before, and I know for sure alfalfa leaf, which is normally in most prenatal teas, but that's a go-to to help with that, just to make sure that your blood clots appropriate. And we all know that vitamin K is needed when you're trying to absorb calcium. So it's like vitamin K, calcium, magnesium, that's like the triple threat, I guess, when it comes to helping your bones and getting everything flushed out thoroughly or clearly. Well, anyway, so next was stinging nettle leaf, which is very high in iron. So again, if you want to make sure your blood is good and rich and healthy, especially because you're pumping so much more blood, like up to 50% more, I would definitely recommend stinging nettle leaf. It worked for me, and like I said, it's an every man's tea. It's just something good to have, either hot or ice. Add honey, add a little like ginger, whatever extra things you want, but it's definitely good for your whole household. And I've had the tea like pretty much mainly all my pregnancies. And I haven't had any issues. But if you're new to herbs, I definitely say look into each one and maybe consult an herbalist or your midwife, doctor, or someone who might be more informed if you're still unsure. But I've had really good results with it, and I know many other women who have had good results as well. Other than stinging nettle leaf, I added oat straw, which is high in calcium, vitamin A, C, and E. It has manganese in it, and like so these are all vital nutrients for your body. I added lemon balm, which actually helps with mood, anxiety, and also spearmint, which is really good for indigestion and nausea, which lemon balm is good for nausea as well, plus it has a very pleasant flavor. A lot of these are also good for regulating blood sugar, which is also very important for everyone, not just pregnant mamas, but especially pregnant mamas, because your body's doing so much. So I had to take a deep breath. So those are actually really, really good to have. And like so you can play with the herbs, add a little bit more of this, a little less of that. And something that I normally drink occasionally is red raspberry leaf, which is good for me and my babies and for my husband. I'll add more, I'll add that to my loose tea and a larger dose of it. Probably, I don't know, probably like, I don't know, probably mid-month, probably into December. That's when I'll probably start like adding that red raspberry leaf, because that's really high in vitamin C. And it's really, really good for the uterus and just kind of supporting it, strengthening that, and just, helping all that blood down there, so it's going to help you have more successful contractions, help with the pain, and just help it be a swift process, because this is going to be my 5th labor. And I will tell you that, I don't know, I've had my longest labors probably been like, I've had like my longest labors have only been between 6 and 7 hours, I think, maybe. And they've just honestly, the time just goes down, down, down. Like each subsequent pregnancy, the labor time to delivery just gets shorter and shorter. But it's always good to have these herbs on hand, because if you take a long time, you know, if it is taking longer, you know, you don't want to have too many issues with the baby who's like stuck trying to get out. Also, I've had a really fast one, so you want to have a lot of these nutrient rich herbs in your system, in your body, and a strong uterus. So if you do have a very fast, because I've had, my last one was very fast, you have a very fast labor, you want to make sure that you're not going to be hemorrhaging, and you want to make sure that the body's kind of working, even though quickly, it's also working effectively, so there's not any long-term damage. So here, these are the herbs that I put together that I just mentioned to you guys. Oops, making a mess. Whoop, make it rain. Herbs. Okay, so here it just smells very grassy, very earthy. And I just take a couple tablespoons of this, and I put it in boiled water, like spring or distilled water works. I add that to the cast iron kettle that I have. Let the water get hot, let it cool for a bit, then I'll add in the herbs and just like let it sit for however long. And then, you know, I'll drink it. I drink it by, like, here's actually a cup of it that I just made. So this is just, there's like some herbies in there because I didn't fully like filter it as well. But here is the tea here with all the herbs that I just listed in the prenatal mix, or the Everyman's tea. Like I said, if you want it to be like more, if you want it to be, more potent, you can let it sit longer. I didn't let mine sit as long, maybe 10 minutes, if that. You can let it sit longer. You can add a little bit more, just depending on what you're looking for. And if you like look into these specific herbs, you can always increase one of the amounts. I did like probably a couple cups of each herb mixture, and I just, you know, shook it in a baggie, and then I put it in my little glass jar, and that works for me, and it works for my babies. And you know, it's for any of the big people who might come in my house, my husband, whoever. And I just drink that. You can add honey to it. You can add any type of milk that you prefer to it, and it's, like I said, quite tasty. I love like warm spice stuff. So you can add like cinnamon, cardamom, just, you know, whatever you're really feeling into the tea. The good thing when you're making your own loose teas, excuse me, you can just mix it up, match it up however you need to, and it ends up being pretty good. So it's refreshing. I had to take a sip. It helps sometimes. Yeah, it just helps a little bit. It helps me relax a bit and gives me what I need. And then we made some some elderberry syrup here. I finally got to do that. And it's like I call it elderberry herbal syrup because not just elderberries are in here, but I put like ginger, I put orange peel, cloves, cinnamon, a dash of cayenne, some fresh turmeric, spearmint, lemon balm, and I have like a powder herb mixture that I had. It was like moringa, olive leaf. So all these, of course, I did in separate little separate steps, because you know with elderberries they can cause digestive issues. So that's why you're supposed to cook these first, and then you just squeeze out all the syrup from them, and then from there you mix it with your herbs and your honey and whatever else you want to do to it. So I'll let you see how this looks. It just definitely smells berryish. So there you go, strong berry smell. And also I add lots of herbs because I want it to be a one-stop shop. So anything we can do to help keep our immune system strong, especially with all the little ones in here, and with it being like cooler outside, less sunshine. And then also try to keep the house just in good, clean spirit, spiritually, physically, mentally. So that way, you know, everybody's just good and healthy when it's time for the baby to get here. So yeah, so that's about the teas. Like I said, a tea that's good for everyone, Everyman's tea, or also known as prenatal tea. The elderberry syrup is really good for your immune system. And those are just some little things that I put together. So that's the end of this video. I'm gonna finish drinking my tea, and then the next video I'll be able to discuss just more of my, I guess, prenatal journey, or I'm not sure if I'm gonna talk about like my last pregnancy or my last labor, which was only 2 hours from start to finish. Pretty crazy. I'm not sure yet, but thank you guys for listening. I'm gonna get going. I hope everybody has a blessed day and stays warm if you're somewhere that's not warm, or stay relaxed if you're somewhere that is warm. All right, thanks guys. Later.